Welcome to the AI for Business and Public Administration Masterclass. We're continuing our journey into the AI ecosystem, and today we're looking at something really fascinating: robotics for business and public administration. All of this is based on material from Professor Catalin Vrabi from SNSPA. Okay, let's just dive right in. When you hear the word robot, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For most of us, it's probably a big metal arm on a factory floor, or hey, maybe something straight out of a science fiction movie. And while you're not wrong, here's the twist. The robots that are having the biggest impact right now, especially in business and public administration, well, they don't have a physical body at all. They're totally invisible. So to really get our heads around this, we need to first figure out what any robot, visible or not, actually does. You know, what's really interesting is that every single robot, doesn't matter if it's a car welding machine or just a piece of software, operates on this really simple three-part cycle. It perceives, it decides, and then it acts. It's this constant feedback loop, and it's the foundation for all automation. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. You've basically got two main categories. On one hand, physical robots, the ones that interact with the real world. Think factories and warehouses. But on the other hand, you have software robots. We call this Robotic Process Automation, or RPA, and these are the invisible assistants working away inside our computer systems.
Okay, so now that we've made that distinction, let's take a look at how these digital assistants are actually being used, both in the business world and in government.
In business, physical robots have been a complete game changer. We see them doing these repetitive, super precise tasks with just incredible efficiency. We're talking about everything from lights-out factories that run 24/7 on their own to all those logistics robots that make modern e-commerce possible.
But here's where RPA just completely changes how office work gets done. Just look at this process. What used to be a really time-consuming, manual task with multiple steps, well, it becomes one single automated flow. The software bot just copies what a human does on the computer, and boom, it frees up employees from all that boring, repetitive work.
And this exact same idea is proving to be a massive deal for public administration. By automating things like paperwork and data entry, governments can slash bureaucracy and deliver services to citizens that are faster, more efficient, and, importantly, a lot more transparent.
So of course, this leads us to the big question, right? What in the world does all this automation mean for our jobs?
Well, the reality is, it's really more of a transformation than a replacement. Think about it. By handing over all those repetitive, rules-based tasks to a digital assistant, employees can finally focus on the high-value stuff that actually requires a human touch. Problem-solving, strategy, and really connecting with people.
Now, the impact on the job market is, well, it's complex. Sure, some routine tasks are getting automated, but this shift is also creating brand new opportunities, like managing these systems. And maybe most importantly, it's pushing existing jobs to evolve and become much more strategic and analytical.
But, and this is a big but, bringing these powerful assistants into our organizations isn't always smooth sailing. It absolutely requires some careful planning and governance. And this brings up some really deep ethical questions. If an automated process makes a mistake, say it denies a citizen's application unfairly, or it causes a financial error, who's accountable? Where does the buck stop? This is a huge issue that every organization has to figure out.
So good governance really means having clear policies for these four key areas you see here. First, you need a solid strategy. You can't just automate everything. You have to pick the right processes. Next, you have to invest in employees' skills to build up the digital know-how of your team. Security is, of course, absolutely crucial to protect all the sensitive data these bots are handling. And finally, transparency is key to make sure every automated decision is fair and easy to understand.
So when you boil it all down, the real goal here is collaboration. This is about augmenting human capabilities, not just replacing them. The future is all about a partnership between people and their digital assistants. All right, so to wrap it all up, we've seen that the word robot is way bigger than we might think, especially with those invisible software assistants that are changing how we work. The real story isn't about replacing people, it's about creating this incredible human-bot partnership. But, and it's a big one, it only works if it's guided by smart, responsible governance. For a deeper dive into this topic, you can find a lot more information in the manual AI from Idea to Implementation, Volume 1, The Winding Path of Artificial Intelligence to Maturity. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. To stay connected with all the news from today's electronic world, which is something every smart citizen needs, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the Smart-EDU Hub channel. And don't forget, we've put some really interesting links about today's discussion down in the description below. Stay smart with Smart-EDU Hub.